Hello, welcome again. Today I have with us in the studio a very famous guest, Miss Alani, who went with McGill for the pilgrimage trip last week.
Yes.
So I would like to ask you a question about that, about her experience, and so let's go to the questions. So let's begin with what was the most scary experience during the trip?
I would say the most scariest thing about the trip was kind of before we went on the trip is the unknown. Not knowing. We knew they use different money than we do. They have maybe a little bit different. They drive on the wrong side of the road over there.
The
A
left
little
side,
bit different,
yes.
which is for them the right side. So it was just kind of the unknown of not knowing if you were going to be able to function there like you're used to at home. Am I going to be able to just go get lunch whenever I want to? Do I have the right amount of money? Do I have the right type of money? Stuff like that. Am I going to be able to... one of the most difficult things too was looking down the right side of the road. Because if I look this way, the cars are coming from that way.
Oh.
So, when you teach your kids to look both ways,
Yeah.
you really have to look both ways out there.
To be prepared.
Be prepared all the time. That was scary. And the unknown when you go, I've never been to another country.
So it was a big trip. And
It was.
unknown, as you said.
Yes. And when you get there, once you get there, then you're like, oh, this is awesome. But am I going to get back into the States? So that was a little scary. But once you're there, you're like, I feel so blessed to be here. This is an awesome experience. But I was a little bit scared.
Well, this reminds me about how the Holy Spirit works with our lives, that often when He guides us, it's something unknown, something different, something new. We may feel uncomfortable. So we agree to do something and follow Holy Spirit, and then we see that He really guides us and that it's not so bad and that He takes care of us, and it's similar.
Right. There's a lot of things that are unknown in our life.
Yes, many. Well, I'm glad that it worked out for better, and that
Me
it's
too.
really awesome.
I made it back.
Yeah. We're happy for that.
Me too.
So, what did you like the most? Like, if you could say one or two, the most, what is the word?
Most memorable?
Memorable.
See, for me, overall, it was an amazing experience to be there with McGill's band, who are awesome. But for me, it was like the whole experience together, like getting to know there's some amazing kids in that group. Getting to know the children better, some of the families, the interaction. I mean, it was a beautiful place, don't get me wrong. And I loved Ireland, it was beautiful. But for me, it was the experience of getting to know everybody a little bit better and having fun with them. It's a good group.
I believe, yeah. I know some of them and they are great people.
They are great. There were a lot of people from this parish in that group. And we all knew that everyone was praying for our safety there.
So it helps to feel.
It helps to feel that way. But if you were to ask me, like Ireland specifically, I would say it's so green and beautiful. The flowers there are gorgeous. And I will say they are very laid back.
More than we?
More than us.
Wow.
More than they say Southerners are laid back. Ireland, the people from Ireland they just go with the flow. And their schools, some of their schools don't start till 9 o'clock.
Wow.
They eat dinner late because they're just...
I need to go there someday.
You do. You would love it there. And another thing, one of the best experiences was the first day we were there. First or second day we were there. The kids from McGill got to perform with a group of kids from Ireland that were their same age. And in Ireland, they don't have, like our McGill students are able to take band at McGill with their, as a class. And they don't get that there. They have to come on Sundays and practice on their own, you know, with their instructor, but it's not in the school. And it was really, they did a separate, they each did their own concert and then they performed together.
Wow.
And that was an awesome experience. And they had a huge little party after for all of us. They had tons of food for us. The parents there were so welcoming to us. And then the kids played soccer after.
Wow.
So that was fun to see that, you know, all the way across the ocean, these kids got together, teenagers, that, you know, that's hard to do. And they interacted and had a great time, all because of music.
You mentioned before experience of Mass, Holy Mass. Could you share more about that?
Yes.
It's pretty neat.
So we arrived on a Saturday morning, and it was go, go, go. And before we left, I was nervous about leaving my family behind. And so we all, Sunday morning, the whole group that traveled to Ireland went to Mass. And I was sitting in Mass thinking, it is so awesome to be Catholic because my family that's back in Mobile is listening to these same readings that I'm listening to right now.
Yeah, it is awesome.
Mm-hmm. So even though we were on different time zones, we're two different areas, we both got to hear all the same readings. It's awesome. And they say a lot of Polish priests are coming to Ireland.
Yes, they follow the flag because many people leave Poland to work in there, so they want to support them, and this is great that you see how priests follow the people, that they want to give them what they need and they don't leave them alone. Yeah.
And when we went to Mass, they were so impressed about how many young children were there. They don't see a lot of teenagers, and that was really neat for them.
Yeah, Europe is in crisis. People don't go to the church and they simply don't see need of that.
And they have so many beautiful old churches there.
Yes.
I mean, for me, not only was it a beautiful place, but it was about the whole experience of interacting with new people. A lot of those people I didn't know. But we've since become, you know, friends, and we're going to hang out again.
Great.
So, and the kids are awesome. And if you ever get a chance, I'm going to let you know the next time they perform here in the States.
I had them a few times playing around.
Yeah, they're good.
They are great.
They are good.
It's really good.
They have a good leader, too.
Yes. Well, thank you very much.
Welcome.
Yes. See you soon again. God bless you.